フロントウィング。グリザイアの果実。
Hello everybody, hope you're all doing well, and once again I forgot to move my camera beforehand. So there I went on a little trip. Yeah, I hope everyone's doing well today. Yesterday was pretty fun, going through a lot of Kingdom Hearts 2. I did certainly enjoy it. We're now prepped and ready for endgame there. But today is not Kingdom Hearts. Today, we're back to the Fruit of Grisaia. In fact, the rest of this week is going to be Fruit of Grisaia. The wonderful 5 days I can actually do this, which I'm still kind of pumped for. I can get through a good solid chunk of this game now. I don't know if next week I'll be able to have 5 days, and I don't know if I want to do 5 days of Dark Souls straight. We'll see, though. Anyway, quick recap of what happened the last time we streamed this, and oh my goodness, it was a thing. We finally got into Michiru's backstory, because she straight up told us her backstory. How, as she was growing up as a little girl, a fairly well-off family, her parents are very proud of their only child at the time. They wanted to give her anything and everything. They wanted to give her the best education and all this, so they hired all these tutors for school stuff, like, just regular academics, and some extracurricular. Unfortunately, Michiru wasn't the best student and couldn't pick up the extracurriculars that well. Her father would blame the tutors, and then eventually the tutors would start blaming Michiru by getting her to say she is a stupid, worthless girl, and then hitting her. All of her tutors hit her. Because they drilled into Michiru that you do this to me, and I'll kill you. Yep. So Michiru just became more quiet and withdrawn from everything, and still not learning much. But her father never blamed her. He was always trying to be encouraging in his own way, but it didn't exactly help Michiru that much. Eventually, she did start school, which was okay, but she was still very quiet and withdrawn. Also, Michiru has had a medical condition. She had a heart problem. That kind of came up, I think, as she was starting school? Something like that. Yeah, that was certainly something. So this family who wanted this perfect little family and perfect little girl didn't exactly get that. They got one that isn't the most easy to teach, and also has a heart defect, so she couldn't be the bright, happy, cheerful, smart, healthy girl they wanted. So they kind of started ignoring her a bit, even when she started school, and were trying for another child. Michiru was, again, just very quiet and withdrawn, even in school, not talking to anyone. When people tried, she wouldn't really respond, so everyone just gave up and essentially called her a ghost. She was just there, and then she's gone. And then at points, Michiru was thinking about ending her own life. Going up onto the roof, looking over at the fence, and just thinking, maybe today I'll have the courage to climb that fence and, go. She never did. Then one day when she went up there, she found someone who was on the other side of the fence, actually ready to jump. And, well, she ended up stopping them, and they actually became friends. Michiru had her first real friend. They laughed together, really brought Michiru out of her shell finally. She had that little bit of happiness again. Then her friend disappeared for a few weeks. When she came back, well, at least when Michiru saw her next, she was beaten and bruised to hell by her quote-unquote boyfriend, aka a married man who she was the mistress for, and clearly was taking out frustrations on her. She then kind of said her goodbyes to Michiru and then just jumped off the school roof, which traumatized Michiru and in fact made her heart defect worse, and she nearly died. She was then rushed to America for a heart transplant and then rushed back to Japan. Everything was cool. And then she started hearing a voice. She would start having the blackouts we've seen her have, where the other Michiru takes over. That's what's been happening. So she's known about this the entire time, but has just been kind of like ignoring it. Unfortunately, when she really realized there was a second voice in there as a kid, she didn't want it there. She figured it came from the donor heart, so she took a box cutter and was trying to dig her own heart out. There's a content warning, I'm going to tell you that right now. I had to add it because that was just unexpected. She was then put in a psych ward for a few years, and that's when she developed her pseudo-tsundere personality in a way. She would act like a goofball because it made everyone else there, you know, laugh. It's like, I can be useful this way by pretending to be an idiot. And after a bunch of medication, the voice she was hearing was not around. So yeah. We ended off after she told us that backstory. And yeah, then it just kind of cuts to the present. Also, it took me too long to realize I could choose the options for who speaks when I click on options. So I chose Michiru, because of course. I'll probably change it up to the other girls when I'm on their routes. Alright. So, we're gonna continue on from there. This should be right after she actually told us her entire, you know, little backstory she had. So, without further ado, let us proceed. After we parted yesterday, Michiru slept soundly through the night. Sharing the burden she'd carried in secret for so long, even momentarily, must have brought her some relief. I explained the situation to Chizuru and had her arrange for an investigative stay in a nearby hospital. Yeah, that's also a thing. We told her after she tried to overdose, or she did overdose, that she needed to go and see a doctor. Like, stay in the hospital because there's nothing more we could do to kind of help her in any way. She needs professional help. Again. So we're worrying about that. We're trying to set that up to get her to a hospital to be examined and see if there's anything more that we can do. Of course, this involved enduring a great deal of sarcasm and snipping, but our principal wasn't about to refuse to help a student in need of medical attention. I can't say whether she was moved more by pseudo-parental affection or professional concern for her responsibilities, but I suppose it hardly matters. Early the next morning, I prepared to see off Michiru. Normally, I'd be pulling on my sweats and heading out for a run right about now, but today I'm skipping that. An exercise routine is only meaningful when you follow it faithfully. There's no point doing it at all if you take days off. But I understand that some things are more important than a training schedule. Some things can withstand a day's neglect. Others can be lost in a heartbeat. Difficult as it can be to accurately identify the difference, prioritizing them appropriately is absolutely crucial. I head upstairs to Michiru's room and knock lightly on the door, but there's no answer. She's most likely still preparing for her departure. It's generally understood that women take time to get themselves ready to go anywhere. Deciding it best not to rush the girl, I patiently stand by in front of her room for some time. Finally deciding that we need to get going, I call out her name. Michiru. Michiru. But again, there's no response. I suppose it's a little early for her. Maybe she's still sleeping? Michiru, everything alright in there? At last, there's a quiet answer from inside the room.
もう何回か名前呼んで。そしたら行く。
Okay. Strikes me as a bit of a strange request, but I obey. Michiru. 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 After repeating her name numerous times, I hear a rummaging sound from within. A moment later, Michiru eases open the door, dragging along a small suitcase as if it were loaded with bricks. The girl's wearing strangely dressy clothing. What's with the outfit?
え、どうしたってどうもしてないよ。だって会えなくなるから最後は可愛い服で会いたい。
Okay, that's still sweet. I'm not gonna see you for a bit, so I want to look good for you before we leave. That is pretty sweet. It's only for a week too. Oh my god. It's the thought that counts. Sure, but you're only going for a week or so, right? You'll be back soon enough. What's the point?
だからユージは女心が分かってないって言われるのよ。
Our pro tag is denser than a sack of bricks. Oh? Who's they?
榊だ。
Sakaki, huh?
なんだか寂しいな。
Michiru pouts a little, a clear shade of melancholy in her eyes. Seeing her take this attitude, I feel a twinge of reluctance myself. Maybe the girl could stay. My help might be enough to pull her through the worst of it. Don't. You've already said she needs professional help. You're not a doctor. I'm sorry, but the power of love will not cure whatever is going on. It's not going to cure her DID. It will not cure her depression. No, the power of love will not do that. As much as we would hope and wish it would. It can take the edge off, but it's not going to stop it.
Huh? どうしたの？怖い顔して。
Well... Are you fucking kidding me?
セーブしないんだからね。
Oh my god. Huh. I was not expecting this. Well, I'm gonna find out if I can get a good or bad end, I suppose. I'm gonna make 2 saves, just in case. At least this is easy to delete them. There's literally an X. So, yeah. This is just a bad option in general for her well-being in the long run. Just say, no, actually don't go to the hospital and seek professional help. I can do it. I will be your savior. No. No, this is far beyond what we can do. This is way beyond what Yuji could even handle. Plus, she's only going for about a week or a bit. That's fine. It's enough just for them to examine, see what's going on potentially. Doctors know what they're doing. Yuji does not. So we're gonna go with a little this, you know. How about a kiss before you go?
恋人ごっこで。
No. Just a kiss.
うん。ただのキスか。よかろう。
The way you put that slightly pisses me off.
そう？これ、とある人のあれなんだけど。
Oh? Who's that?
あれ？どうしたんですか？
Damn it, Sachi!
わあ、小峰幸！なぜここに？いえ、今日は珍しく朝早く目が覚めてしまいましたので、ワックスがけでもと思いまして。
You waxing the floors? I hope that's what you mean.
校舎の廊下に白濁液をぶっかけては拭きを繰り返していたところです。
She's quite literally waxing the floors.
そうなの。お二人こそ揃ってどうなさったんですか？それは
We're going to have her looked at.
検査？
That's right. Michiru collapsed from anemia a little while ago, remember? Yeah, we haven't told anyone else about this split person, the DID she has. And the fact that she overdosed on her medication. We've just told them all that she passed out from anemia. They've all bought it, shockingly enough. Probably not shocking. I think that's just what she's been saying the entire time. She has anemia. So, yeah, we're technically telling them the truth. She is going to be checked out at the hospital for a bit, but not for the reason they think. I mean, we don't want them to look at Michiru a different way by saying there's a second Michiru. I mean, I can already imagine, at the very least, Machina using that as a joke, saying I prefer the other one better if she doesn't go along with some plan or some joke she has. Because that won't help in the long run. I play this game enough, I'm already kind of figuring the other characters' reactions. I feel like Sachi would probably try to accommodate both of them, even just kind of asking, which one am I talking to right now? And then have an appropriate response to them. Amane... She would probably be the most outwardly worried and cautious around her. Obviously, Makina would kind of make it a joke and maybe make it her sole thing to find a way to trigger a flip. All for her amusement before realizing that it's actually a problem, as she shouldn't be doing that. Sakaki... I feel like she would probably... She probably wouldn't think much of it, at least, or won't show much concern of it outwardly, but inwardly she would have as much concern as Amane would, you know, actually does show. That's just my guess. That's my interpretation of how the other girls would react. I could be wrong, though. At the very least, I feel like I'm spot on with, Makina. She doesn't know limits on jokes. And with, Yuji's influence, she's gotten even worse. And I don't even know what her route's gonna be. With her wanting us to be her goddamn father. I think I rambled enough. I'll continue. As a precaution, we're taking her to a hospital for a thorough examination. Nothing too serious. She'll be back better than ever in no time.
そうなんですね。でも確かにそれならすぐ済みそうです。
I'll let the others know later. Try not to worry too much.
はい、わかりました。心配は少しだけにしておきます。
Oh my god.
そうなのよ。心配なんてしなくていいんだからね。あとサチ、あれだ。ちょっと外に出てなさい。
Get out of here. She wants to start macking on me.
はい、わかりました。
Continue to wax the floors.
びっくりした。サチがいるなんて知らなかった。
Really? I saw her hovering around out of the corner of my eye.
だったら先に言いなさいよね。え？もしかしてそれでキスしてやろうかなんて言ったの？意地悪として。
No, that had nothing to do with it. How about it? Want one?
もういい。だってサチとか急に出てくるし、そういう気分でもなくなっちゃった。
Sachi killed the mood. In that case, let's get going. I'll carry your luggage.
ありがとう。でもそれも大丈夫。自分でできるから。
Dragging her wheeled suitcase loudly along the path, Michiru turns her head slowly, surveying the campus.
いざお別れとなると名残惜しいね。
Don't get all sentimental. You'll be back soon enough.
ユージは冷静すぎるのよ。いつもさ。
Alright, here we are. Watch yourself out there.
行ってくるね。その前に、
She's gonna kiss us anyway, isn't she? For fuck's sakes, dude. What's wrong? Need to piss?
違う。あんた本当に意地悪ね。そうじゃなくて、さっき言ってた。
Oh yeah, she still wants that kiss. She 100% still wants the kiss. The kiss?
してほしいんだけど。
You sure?
いいよ。
Sachi's staring at us, you know.
じー。
Oh my god.
ここに。なぜと聞かれれば、みちる様が外に出てなさいとおっしゃりましたので、
Oh my god.
学園の外に出て待っておりましたゆえ、としか返答できませんが、何か。
This Sachi is just cock blocking us from this kiss.
そういうことね。わかったわ。では最後にもう一度だけお願いを聞いてくれる？はい、何でしょうか。ちょっと向こう向いてて。はい、かしこまりました。ほら、早くキスして。
Michiru practically collapses against me, and I press my lips firmly against hers. Our hot breath mingles together. The wet sound of saliva swapping fills the air. Oh my god, I didn't need that kind of description. Good enough?
満足だ。サチ、こっち向いていいわよ。
If they really want to turn this into a joke, will he just say, alright, but everyone else saw?
はい、そちらを向かせていただきます。
Michiru's cheeks are slightly red, but Sachi gives no outward indication of curiosity or suspicion.
乳児にちょっと用があったのよ。悪いわね。で、あんたにはこれ。
Oh, clicked it too quick.
部屋の鍵ですか？そう。私がいない間に、もし暇で他に掃除をする場所がなくなったら、私の部屋を掃除してもいいわよ。
Oh my god.
はい。では、そうさせていただきます。白濁液をぶっかけさせていただきます。
Huh?
その言い方やめたら。さてと。
I don't think her room has a floor that needs to be waxed, Sachi. Michiru takes a deep breath and turns to face me once more.
ユージ、今までありがとう。
I hope the choice I made was will get me to the good end. And with those words, she bows her head deeply. Cut it out. Coming from you, that just feels weird.
そうだね。お気をつけくださいね、みちる様。当たり前よ。あんたもこれからもユージの面倒見てあげなさい。はい、わかりました。それではまたお会いする日まで。バイバイ、サチ。
Alright, see you later.
さよなら。
With a small wave, Michiru leaves the school, dragging her suitcase behind her.
考えすぎでしょうか。みちる様、最後のお別れみたいなご
I
挨
hope
拶で
this
した
wasn't
ね
a。bad end choice. Don't know about that. You're probably just overthinking things. I tried to reassure Sachi, but the fact of the matter is, I'm in agreement with her observation. Michiru left as though expecting never to see us again. After Michiru finally disappears in the distance, Sachi and I make our way back to the dormitory. In a reversal of those summer weeks, this time Michiru's the only one who's vanished from this place. It's going to be a little dull in her absence. Guess I'll have to find some way to kill the time. I ended up taking on the role of explaining Michiru's 1-week absence from the dorm to her classmates. Chizuru was in an unusually cranky mood, and Well, that pretty much covers it, actually. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Grown women can sometimes behave in astonishingly childish ways. Life would probably be a little easier and less aggravating if not for this aspect of female Oh, for fuck's sakes. Whatever. I gotta get used to it by now. This guy's misogynistic as fuck. But I suppose it's often an element of cuteness as well. Although in this particular case, I'm not confident that applies. That's right. It's just an observational stay. Not much more than a checkup, really. Everyone was aware Michiru had been suffering from anemia, so the news didn't come off as that much of a shock. As I carefully stressed that her stay was just to be on the safe side, they accepted my explanation without too much fuss. The problems came after that. Without Michiru around, unexpected quirks began to appear in our daily lives. Like an image gradually taking form on a sheet of photo paper, the changes grew more distinct with the passage of time. What's the matter, Sakaki?
いいえ、なんでもないの。
That's so? Alright then, see you later.
あ、ちょっと待って。やっぱり話を聞いて。
God almighty. You really don't know how to be honest with yourself, do you?
そう？イリスさんのことなんだけど。
Okay, something about Machina. Oh, something up with Machina.
ちょっと言いにくいんだけど、その
Please do
邪魔
not.
なのよ、若干。
Okay. For a minute, I thought she was gonna say she's suddenly become a tsundere, like just filling in for Michiru. A nuisance? Elaborate.
誤解してほしくないのは悪口とかそういうことじゃなくてね。でもなんだか普段よりもずっとなんていうのかな、ぐいぐい来る感じっていうか。
I haven't noticed any such thing personally. Wonder what's going on here.
あ、ユミちゃんだ。ねえねえ、ちょっと話を聞いてほしいのよさ。
あ、うん、また今度ね。
昨日もそう言ってたのよさ。ねえねえ、なんで
用事があるのよ。だからまたね。
あれれ、おかしいな。ねえお兄ちゃん、ユミちゃんに変なことした？
Don't be an idiot. Forget her. What's with you?
どうもしてないのよさ。ユミちゃんってばちょっと最近冷たいのよ。どうしたんだろう。急にあんな感じなのよさ。
Sakaki's always been cold to people. That's not new. I see. That's interesting.
どこが面白いのよさ。全然面白くないでしょ。はい、罰ゲーム。
I refuse.
じゃあ、はい、何かしらのゲーム。
I'm getting the idea you just want to drag me into playing with you.
まあ、そうなっちゃうよね。チルチルがいないから退屈なのよさ。
At this point, the situation finally makes sense. Normally, Makina would be messing around with Michiru on a daily basis, but her favorite target's been absent for a few days now. Instead, Sakaki's been taking the brunt of her mischief. We've all learned to play along with Makina's demented games every once in a while, but a constant barrage of attention would be exhausting. Hence Sakaki's irritation, which Makina interpreted as hostility. I see, so that's how it is. That girl's been playing an important role in her own right.
どういうこと?
I'm sure you'll figure it out soon enough. It'll be interesting to see what other effects emerge, if any.
もうお兄ちゃん言ってることよくわかんないのよ。疲れました。
Oh, and now it's Sachi. What's wrong?
それが皆さんの頼まれごとをこなしていたらなぜかわかりませんが普段より疲れてしまって。
はあ。
お願いしてたお菓子は？
買ってきたよ。はい、これアメラツイスト。は
ーい、シール付きのアメちゃん。お菓子はアマネーが決まった数しかくれないのよさ。
Gee, I wonder why. Sorry, I'm still actually a little tired. Late night at work. Didn't get home till well after midnight. Just as kind of a forewarning, depending on how I feel on Saturday, I may or may not cancel that stream just because I'm working until pretty much 1 in the morning. So I'm gonna be incredibly tired. I'll probably still try to, though. I mean, you guys will know the day of, because I'll post on Twitter. But it's gonna be... I might not have as much energy then. I mean, I barely have energy right now. Just gotta stay awake, because I gotta work again today. But then I'm off tomorrow. And hanging out with a friend. So that'll be fun. Hey, Nick. That stream? Oh, just, because I'm able to stream 5 days this week. Today, tomorrow, yeah, today, tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I've actually got time to be able to do that. I'm just saying because the Friday I will be working until pretty much 1 in the morning. So the Saturday stream may or may not be canceled. Because I'm already feeling tired right now. I don't know how I'll be after working even later. And actually even longer. Because I'm starting like at 4:30 and going till damn near 1 in the morning. And it's also going to be Canada Day that Friday, so we'll be incredibly busy, so I'll be running around a lot. I will still try to stream, though. I just probably won't have as much energy. But yeah, how you doing, Nick? It is all fruit of Grisaia this week, though.
それをチルチルからこっそり分けてもらってたから、チルチルがいなくてお腹空いてたのよさ。
Oh my Michiru's constantly doing you favors, isn't she? Doing good? Good, good. I'm glad to hear.
え、私だって世話してやってるからいいのよ、あれの。
Not referring to her as a thing might be a step in the right direction.
そういえばみちる様に買い物を頼まれると、その商品はどこに売っているとかいろいろ教えてくれるので、効率よく買い物ができたのですが、
Okay.
最近そうもいかなくて。
Okay, so every time she asks Sachi for something, saying, I want this, you can usually find it here. I guess everyone else is just like, hey, get me this, please. Okay, bye. So she's gotta literally scrounge for it.
皆さんなぜか期間限定商品ばかりを頼むことが多いので、まず下調べが必要で、それに時間がかかり、割とぐったりなのです。
From the sound of things, Michiru's been playing middleman between the others, casually helping out and smoothing a lot of minor problems over. Guess it makes sense. Sachi does so many chores as the school's maid that it'd have to get stressful without a little assistance. I've noticed Michiru's acts of kindness once or twice before, but hadn't realized that her behind-the-scenes support played this large a role in the group's normal dynamic.
それではここで失礼いたします。
Sachi.
サチ、お疲れなのよさ。
And you just care about your candy.
あめうま。あれ、あまね、どうしたの？
さっちゃんに買い物頼んだんだけど、お願いしたやつと違うのよね。
あれま、じゃあ交換してもらう？
いや、ほら、さっちゃんってば責任感が強いでしょ。むしろ強すぎるでしょ。だから間違いとか指摘しにくいじゃない。
なるほど、確かにそれはそうなのよさ。あー、めんどくさいやつ。
こんな時にみちるがいたら交換してもらったりできるんだけどな。
あまねもチルチルがいなくて困ってるの？
困ってるっていうか、まあ困ってるかな。
I see. Her over-the-top tsundere act tends to draw all the attention. The girl's surprisingly helpful with the little things.
え？偶然でしょそれ。だってチルチルってバカじゃん？
She only acts like an idiot. Well, I won't deny she's a little naive at times.
なになに？最近ユージとみちるって仲良さそうだけど、そういうことなの
？Depends on your definition of something.
なにそれ？気になるんだからもう。
Michiru should be back in another 2 days or so. I'm curious about the results of her examination, but I've decided to refrain from contacting her beforehand. Probably better not to give the girl too much to think about right now. Hopefully, she'll return before these small stresses the group's been undergoing build up into anything troublesome.
風見くん。
What? Here to file another complaint about Machina?
そうじゃなくて、これそういえば渡してなかったなって思って。
Do you still have the fucking penance? Oh my god, what has it been? Like a fucking week and a half? 2? And she still has these fucking flags? Sakaki hands me a number of souvenir flags from her vacation. A half dozen, to be exact. These for Michiru?
そう。できれば自分で渡したかったけど、なかなかタイミングがつかめなくて。それで、風見くんなら仲いいみたいだから、自然に渡せるかなって思って。
Understood. I'll pass them on. Can I just tell her they're souvenirs from Sakaki?
そうね。でも、言わなくてもいいけどね。
If I hand her 6 pennants without saying a word, she'll probably just be confused.
あ、そうか。じゃあ、そうしておいて。
Alright. Thank you.
え？
I'm expressing gratitude on Michiru's behalf. Thanks for the souvenirs.
うん。そうね。じゃあ。
Gotta get these things prepared for a smooth return. Since our maid is currently exhausted, maybe I should tidy up Michiru's room in her place? And again, fiddling around in a woman's room without permission strikes me as a bit questionable. Also, to be honest, it'd be pretty damn embarrassing if anyone noticed me doing it. Well, I'm sure Sachi will be willing to do it, overworked as she might be. Maybe I'll pick her up an energy drink. Mumbling to myself, I leave the dorm and head for the convenience store. Our routines may have been disrupted by Michiru's absence, but I haven't been neglecting my training. Running through nature every morning gives you an intimate understanding of the passing of the seasons. These last few days, the air rushing past me has carried a smell suggestive of imminent end of summer. Having finished my daily marathon, I took a quick shower in my room. Michiru should be back tomorrow, but it doesn't feel particularly real yet. Not that I doubt she'll be returning, but this was a purely observatory stay, so the real question is what the results of the hospital's examinations will have produced. Not surprising that I'd still feel a little uneasy, I suppose.
小峰幸であります。
No need for the formalities. Come in.
はい、失礼します。
Sachi enters my room, her expression slightly troubled. Do we have a situation of some sort? What's wrong? You've got a gloomy look on your face.
はい、みちる様の件でご相談がありまして。
You found something in her room, didn't you? You found something in her room. Michiru? You hear something about her?
いえ、みちる様がではなく、みちる様の部屋でのことです。
Yep, found something. So what happened then? Let's hear the details.
はい、詳しく話してみます。ご存知の通り、私はみちる様の部屋の掃除を任されました。そこで先ほど部屋を片付け、掃除機をかけ、最後に雑巾で床を水拭きさせていただいたのですが、その最後にどうすればいいかわからない問題がありまして。
A Butterfinger-style dilemma, perhaps? Knock something fragile over?
いえ、そのようなドジっ子的な問題ではないのです。問題というのは、箱を見つけました。
What's in the box? A box?
はい、鍵のついた小さな箱でした。 私はその中も整理しなくてはと開けにかかりましたが、道具もなしに解錠はできません。
Okay.
そこで電動ノコギリを用意し、みちる様の部屋でスイッチをオンにしました。
You fucking cut open the box.
ドドドドドというモーター音も心地よく、さあこれで箱も真っ二つであります。ですがその時にふと思ったのです。人の所有物を勝手に破壊していいものか、しかも
No!
電の子でと。落として割ってしまったとしてもそれは自然の摂理ですから仕方ありません。ですが意図的に破壊していいものかと。掃除を頼まれた時にどこまで破壊していいのか
Oh my
確認しておけばこんなことにはならなかったのですが。
I see. Alright then, I'll take care of that box. That should resolve your issue, right?
はい、そうしていただけるとありがたく思います。ではこれがみちる様の部屋の鍵です。それでは私まだ手をつけていない作業がたくさんあるので失礼させていただきます。
Sachi promptly bows and leaves the room. I drop the key on my desk, then fall back onto my bed. Naturally, I have no plans of actually doing anything about this box. Considering that it's locked, there's probably something Michiru doesn't want us seeing inside. No need to go out of my way to poke around. I pick up a paperback and begin reading once more. But before I'm halfway through the page, there's another knock at my door.
風見さん、
What's wrong, Sachi?
実はドアに耳を当てて室内の様子を伺わせていただいていたのですが、何やら鍵を放り投げる音
God damn it,
と
Sachi.
ベッドに寝転がる音、そして最後に読書を開始なさるような紙の音が聞こえたのです。まさかとは思いますが、風見さん、別に小箱ぐらいどうでもいいかなんて思われてはいませんよね。
She's giving us the stink eye.
この小峰幸との約束を軽んじてはおられませんよね。
Calm yourself. I was just about to head over.
申し訳ございません。私風見さんを疑うような真似をしてしまって。
Not a problem. Anyway, yes, I'm planning to go. What now?
いえ、一応みちる様の部屋に行くまでを見届けないと
Oh, for
と
Christ's
思い
sake.
まして。私部屋の掃除を任されておりますので、最後の小箱まで面倒を見てこそ任務完了と。その作業の一部を風見さんに託した手前、万が一風見さんが別に小箱ぐらいどうでもいいかと軽んじて。
Alright, alright. I'm not neglecting anything. You want me to go immediately, right?
ありがたき幸せです。
What's wrong? I'm gonna take care of the box. You can leave now.
はい、この小峰幸、ドアのこちらで処理が完了するのをお待ちしておりま
Oh,
す。
Christ almighty. You're such a handful. Fine, got it. Just wait until I'm done.
はい。
I enter to find the room sparkling clean and neatly organized, just as Sachi said. The only thing even slightly out of place is the small box resting on Michiru's bed. It's an unassuming, simple little wooden chest, but notably solid and sturdy. You could imagine a pirate stashing treasure in this thing. Probably a handmade product from some local general store. Seems fairly well worn from years of use. Wow, Michiru. It's been 3 years? What the 3 years? Sachi, are you still out there?
Hi.
Sachi responds instantly. She's clearly hovering just outside, waiting for me to deal with the box. Feels like I've gotten roped into an explosive ordnance disposal detail. Taking the box in my hands, I begin to fiddle around idly with the lock. You absolutely determined to have me look inside this thing?
そうですね。何しろ掃除を任されましたので、小箱といっても軽んじるわけには。
Alright, alright. Just hold on a minute. She's damn determined for this fucking box. There's probably gonna be something terrible inside of it, isn't there? Kinda hoping not. But that's the feeling I'm getting. Well then, what's the next move? I'm naturally a bit reluctant to open Michiru's private property without her approval. That said, I can't exactly stand around here all day. I have to think of some excuse and persuade Sachi. Sachi, my friend, where did you find this?
そうですね。普通に机の上に置いてありましたよ。
I see. If she didn't hide the thing, does that mean she doesn't particularly mind if someone looks inside? Tricky judgment call. Crap. I was just playing around with the box absent-mindedly, but I seem to have gotten the thing open without even realizing it. Curse my instinctive kleptomania. How do you... Whatever, dude. A mechanism this easily picked barely even counts as a lock. Surely you'd guard anything you really wanted to protect a little more securely. Guess it hardly matters now that I've opened it. May as well take a look. To be honest, I'm a little curious myself. And I'm half convinced myself of the dubious theory that the girl actually wanted someone to look inside. Well, whatever my excuse, I open Michiru's box and peer inside. What's this?
風見さん、どうかしましたか？
Sorry, but be quiet for a second. There's several small notebooks and a number of photographs inside. The majority of the pictures seem to have been taken before I arrived at this school. Mainly casual snapshots and group photos featuring Michiru's classmates. But in each and every one, Michiru's face has been cut out of the image. The rest is left intact, removing only herself from the world, but preserving the others carefully. I thoroughly examined the photographs one by one. There's a shot of Michiru sandwiched between Makina and Amane, Michiru leaning against a slightly embarrassed Sakaki, Michiru having her shoulders massaged by Sachi. In every case, Michiru's face alone is precisely snipped out with scissors. At a glimpse, these all appear to have been taken in happy moments. But that's probably exactly why she did this. Michiru must have felt that she didn't belong there. The girl must have been unable to accept the presence of her false self in these happy scenes. The notebooks are filled with memos written in small characters. Notes on the performance she's been putting on in this school. There are also extensive itemized lists concerning Sakaki, Amane, Makina, and Sachi's likes and dislikes. Notes on what makes them upset and happy, clearly accumulated through careful trial and error. Seems pretty clear the girl was using this as a reference for her many small acts of kindness. That girl. My honest thoughts slip out of my mouth against my will. Is an idiot. Even after all this effort, Michiru didn't exactly pull off the charade, did she? Sometimes her act was more convincing than others, but as a whole, she was just trying way too hard. That tsundere character must have been part of her plan as well, but I saw through it on the very first day. And of course, everyone else also knows that's not her true nature. Even so, she stuck with it, convinced that playing the clown was the only way she could be anything but a nuisance. I'll give her an A for effort, but seriously. Handwriting seems to be another weakness of Michiru's. Her thoughts and feelings spill out across the pages in characters that even the most generous observer would have to call sloppy. But I'm only laughing at first. The earnest notes on her classmates and dubious strategies for forming smooth relationships eventually give way to a diary. And its contents are largely occupied with the terror she feels toward her other self. Flipping through the pages, I jump through the story in chronological order. Oh no, more reading. More reading. May 15th.
今日も心臓が痛い。もうとっくに慣れたと思っていたのに、この痛みは体が張り裂けそうになる。嫌なことが起こると現実から逃げたくなる。世界が怖い。でも生きていかなくちゃいけない。私のような人間が誰かの役に立てるなんて思ってないけど、迷惑だけはかけたくない。だから記憶がなくなるようなことはもう起こってほしくない。本当に怖い。私が私でなくなるのが怖い。
May 19th.
みんなと話している時に記憶が一瞬なくなった。一瞬だと思っていたけど、それはかなり長い時間だったようだ。
I bet if I paid more attention to the timestamps that appear at the starts of every scene, a few of these might line up.
それでもその場は何事もなかったかのようだった。また昔みたいになるのが怖い。そうならないように薬を飲まなくちゃいけない。私は私でいなくちゃいけない。
June 2nd.
今日は学園に男の人が来た。彼は私の性格を疑っているようだ。もっと
Okay,
うま
so
く
this is
やら
when
な
we
くてはい
first
け
showed
ない。
up. Okay. June 4th.
ユージのことがよくわからない。あの人はつかめない。いつも怒っているの？嫌われなければいいんだけど。頭の良い人は苦手だ。私を見下すから。でもユージはみんなを見下しているようにも見える。ちょっと意味がわからない。
June 10th.
記憶がなくなると嫌なことばかりだったけど、嬉しいことが起こった。海の近くで猫を見つけた。猫は黒くて小さくて肉球がプニプニで可愛かった。餌をあげたら怒られるだろうか。
June 13th.
猫が仲良くしてくれた。嬉しかった。チーズかまぼこをあげたのが良かったのだろうか。今度はワンタンをあげてみよう。でもあまり仲良くしない方がいいのも分かってる。もし猫がいなくなったらすごく寂しくなる。どこかに行ってしまったら私はどうしたらいいかわからない。
June 17th.
今日猫といるところをユージに見られた。恥ずかしかった。
July 22nd?
生まれて初めてキ
Oh.
スをした。というかされた。なぜユージはそんなことをしたのだろう。意味がわからない。あの人はここに来てからずっと意味がわからない。もう彼の目を見て話せないかもしれない。ユージのバカ。
July 25th.
ユージのバカ。
July 28th.
夏休みにみんなが出かけるらしい。ユージと二人になるなんて無理。どうしよう。
Getting pretty close to current events. August 2nd.
ユージとデートごっこした。あれは全部嘘だから失うことはない。だって最初から何もないから。プレゼントに石をたくさんもらった。すごく嬉しかった。大切にしよう。
August 7th.
猫に名前をつけた。ニャンメル。ニャンメルって変な名前。でも大切な名前。だけど名前なんてつけて大丈夫だろうか。どこかに逃げていったりしない？私は本当にそれが怖い。
August 12th.
みんなが帰ってきた。嬉しいけど怖い。ユージが私だけのものじゃなくなってしまった。でも最初から私とはただのごっこだから大丈夫。みんなといると楽しいけど苦しい。
August 14th.
心臓が痛い。変だ。困った。困ったぞ。困る。
I think this is after Miyamo died.
いる。ねえ、これも読んでるの？あなたはどこにいるの
？August 16th.
ニャンメルがいなくなっ
No, he's gone. Cat's gone.
た。やっぱり私は置いていかれてしまった。
August 17th.
具合が悪い。ずっと頭の中に霧がかかったみたい。もうここは私の居場所じゃないのかもしれない。あなたの方がうまくやれる。ずっとうまくやれるはず。
August 18th.
お願い。私はもう無理。お願い。あなたがやって。
August 20th.
今日はユージと一緒に眠ることができた。幸せだった。ユージに全部話した。あなたのことも話した。たくさん話した。あなたはどう思った？
Yeah, that's right. That was a thing that happened. She's wanted us to sleep with her. In exchange, she would tell us everything. Because she needed it.
私は本当に幸せだったけど、嫌われたらどうしようって怖かったよ。明日から入院することになった。私はもうこのまま有事の思い出だけでそれで終わりでいい。
This feels like a bad end.
私はもう消えたい。
Please, no bad end.
有事との関係が壊れたり、学園のみんなと離れたり、怖いことがもしこの先起こるとしたら耐えられない。だから私はもう終わりにします。
Oh no.
ね、お返事ください。
She never made it to the hospital, did she?
あなたのこと最初は大嫌いで嫌なやつだと思っていたけど、そんなことないんでしょ。
Please don't,
だ
please
ったら少しは私のお願いを聞いてくれてもいいんじゃない。お願いです。お返事をください。
August 21st.
はじめまして。こうして君に気持ちを伝えることになるなんて思わなかった。君の体で君の知らない間にいろいろなことをしてごめんなさい。でも悪気はなかったの。
Okay, it's the other Michiru.
私、君がたくさん頑張っているのも知ってる。君が辛いのも知ってる。力になってあげようとしたけど、うまくいかなくてごめんね。君の親友になりたかった。いつだってそばに寄り添っていて、困ったことがあったら助けてあげたかった。頭を撫でて、一人の夜も怖くはないってキスしてあげたかった。でもそれが逆に君を傷つけちゃったんだね。本当にごめんなさい。消えるなんて言わないで。もし消えるとしても、それは私の役目。この体は君のものでしょ。だからちゃんと検査を受けてしっかり生きてください。はじめまして。本当にお返事をくれるなんて思わなかったので、すごく驚いています。今は朝の早い時間です。これから病院に行かなくてはいけません。だからちゃんとお返事をかけるかどうか心配です。もうすぐ幼女が部屋まで迎えに来るはずです。あなたはやっぱり優しくて頭が良くて、それで私より私に向いていると思います。
But not you, Michiru. Never were. Through some crazy thing. This is just the conscience of the person whose heart is now in you. It's like they got that person got a second chance at life that way, but not the right way. They don't want to take over your life. I can't even imagine what it's like for the other personality, actually. They had an entire life. Clearly it ended, and now they get this second chance inside Michiru. And they just want to do good by her. Oh, God.
私はバカだし、頭悪いから、頑張ってもダメでした。もうこれ以上何かを失うのは怖いです。悲しい気持ちになると、暗闇の中にすっと落ちていくような感じになります。その間、きっとあなたが私として表面に出ているのだと思います。私は暗闇の中で膝を抱えて小さく ぎゅっと目をつむって丸くなっています。そうするとあなたと入れ替わってこの世界に戻ってくるというわけです。ごめんなさい。私はもう終わりにします。今度そうなった時は目を開けずにずっと暗闇の中で過ごします。だってそうすればきっとずっとあなたが
Doesn't want that.
私でいられると思うから。ややこしくてごめんなさい。とにかく私はもう終わりです。これからはあなたにお任せします。あなたなら誰にも嫌われず何も失わずにうまく生きていけると思います。わがまま言ってごめんなさい。押し付けるみたいでごめんなさい。ユージによろしくお伝えください。愛していたとかそういうのは言わなくていいです。ただ彼とずっと仲良くしてください。お願いします。あ、今ドアがノックされました。ユージが来ました。この学園を出て病院に行ったらもうユージとも会えないしみんなともお別れなんですね。そう考えると結局寂しいのには変わりないね。生きてるって失い続けることなんですね。とても辛いです。ユージがドアの向こうから私の名前を呼んでいます。私は彼に名前を呼ばれることが大好きでした。
God.
最後にわがままを言って何度か名前を呼んでもらおうと。それぐらいいいよね。名前を呼ばれるとドキドキするんです。本当に行かなくちゃ。さようなら。
I closed the notebook and put it away. At the very bottom of the box, she stowed the rocks I gave her on our first play date. I told the girl to throw them away, but it seems she didn't listen. To anyone else, they just looked like stones. But to Michiru, they must have been a treasure of sorts. If it was going to turn out like this, maybe I should have given her something a little more respectable after all. But it's too late for regrets. Time doesn't wait for us to realize our mistakes. That's just how this world works. I shut the lid and pushed the box deep inside Michiru's closet. Sachi, I'm done with that box.
さすが風見さんです。それであの箱の中は何だったんですか？
The contents? Ah, right. After thinking the matter over for a moment, I offer a brief response. It was empty.
からなるほど、わかりました。では掃除は完了ですね。
That's right. Nice work, by the way. Place is really sparkling. Michiru will definitely be overjoyed when she gets back.
いえ、私にとっては当たり前のことですから。でもそれでみちる様が喜んでくれるなら嬉しいですね。早く明日にならないかな。
True enough. Hope tomorrow gets here quickly. Sachi trots off down the hallway with a spring in her step. I lean against Michiru's door and heave a leaden sigh. Oh boy. Seems that Michiru's goodbye really was intended as a final farewell. I'm terrified of losing the things I care about, so I'll erase myself before any more sad things can happen. I can understand the logic. Here's my question, though. What about the people you leave behind? Michiru herself was abandoned by the girl she called her best friend. Won't her own abrupt exit leave others to suffer in the same way? Is she really selfish enough to ignore their feelings? Or stupid enough to not to realize people care about her? I cast my eyes down to my wristwatch. The digital display precisely ticks off the time, busily rearranging its pixels with every passing second. It'll be 5 in the morning soon. I had a feeling Michiru would return about this time. I don't know what sort of condition she's in right now, but for some reason, I'm confident about this. Guess the training's on hold again. Neglecting my physical maintenance to wait anxiously for a woman's return would have been unthinkable just a few months ago. I've really come down in the world. Murmuring a little self-ridicule, I leave my room. Outside, I find Sachi wandering around the courtyard, restlessly sweeping away dust with her broom. What's going on? You're up awfully early.
はい、だって今日はみちる様が帰ってくる日じゃないですか。お出迎えをしなければと思いまして、お庭もきれいにしなければと思いまして、せかせか。
Wow, actions of hustle and bustle. I see, so that's what this is about. But why start waiting this early in the morning?
ええ、実は何時に帰ってこられるかわからなかったので、ひとまず3時からお待ちしております。
Sachi, damn! Guess that explains the rustling sound I heard outside in the middle of the night. Sachi sure is a scrupulous one. To an idiotic degree. I'm thinking she'll be arriving pretty soon. Wanna head over with me?
はい。ドキドキしますね。久しぶりのみちる様です。
Yeah. I'm sure she'll be happy to hear you cleaned her room for her.
そうでしょうか。あ、でも別に喜んでもらうためにやったわけではありませんからね。
Yeah, I know. Ah, speak of the devil. A golden-tinted silhouette comes into view across the road. The twin tails projecting from her head are unmistakable. That's Michiru, all right. From a distance, she doesn't look any different from when she left the school. But the question, of course, is what's inside.
本当です。みちる様だ。風見さんって目がいいんですね。
I really am still tired. Don't exaggerate. From this distance, anyone could tell at a glance. Michiru approaches slowly, dragging her luggage behind her and watching the ground. After finally reaching us, she comes to an abrupt halt.
あら、あんたたちこんな早くから何してるの？お出迎え？ご苦労なことじゃない。
お帰りなさい、みちる様。
サチ、頼んでおいた部屋の掃除はしてくれたの？
はい、それはもうきっちりとさせていただきました。 風見さんにも協力していただきまして。
そう、それは感心ね。よくやったわ。褒めてあげましょう。なでなで。
Oh my god.
はいはい、ユージ。あんたも撫でてあげようか。
I think I'll pass.
当たり前でしょ。なんであんたまで撫でなくちゃいけないのよ。さあ、それじゃサチ、このカート持って。私疲れちゃった。部屋でゆっくり寝たいのよ。
はい、お持ちいたします。
From this conversation, you'd think Michiru was completely fine. It all feels too natural, too smooth, to the point that it's actually a little disturbing.
それじゃあ行くわよ。ユージもご苦労さん。ジャージに着替えて走ってくれば。この時間はいつもそうしてるじゃない。体なまっちゃうわよ。
Oh yeah!
Thanks, Nick! Hold on. I got something I need to discuss with you.
私はない。さあ、サチ、行くわよ。
That's not gonna work. Even if you don't, I do. Understand?
ああ、やれやれ。ご帰宅早々やんごとないわね。どこまで石頭なんだか。わかったわ。それじゃあサチは先に部屋に荷物だけ持って行ってて。悪いけど。
それがこの小峰幸の役目ですから。ではお先に失礼いたします。
My god, Sachi, calm down.
それで何？話があるならパパッと済ませちゃいましょう。私本当に疲れてるのよ。これは冗談じゃなくてね。
It's not exactly a quick and easy question, but I'll get right to the point. You're the other Michiru, aren't you?
はあ？何言ってんの？ちょっとわかんないんだけど。もしかしてどうかしちゃった？私がいなくて寂しくて変な妄想しちゃってたとか？
Spare me the games. I'm asking you a serious question. Or is dodging around like that what passes for honesty in your book?
だって本当にわかんないんだもん。逆に何？どうして怒ってるの？
I'm not mad, woman.
そうかな。声が大きい。こういうのは女の子に嫌われますよ。ジェントリーにしてよ。ソフティーに。
I don't understand the girl's real intentions. What's she playing at here? Alright, I'll change the question. What were the results of your medical examination?
ふむ、それなら答えてあげよう。全然何の問題もなかったわよ。だからこうして帰ってきたんでしょ。ストレスがひどいって言われたけど、現代人はみんなそんなものじゃない？だから大丈夫。もういい？
Yeah, I suppose we are. Go on back to your room and get some rest.
ありがとう。それじゃあまたね、ユージくん。
Yuji-kun, is it?
ああ、そうだ。そうそう。私からも言いたいことがあったんだった。
And what's that?
最後の挨拶はもう終わらせたでしょ。だから分かってる。もう彼女は二度と起き上がってこない。
Yep.
とてもとても深い闇の中に沈んだの。ね、そういうことだから、これは彼女が決めたことだから。君にはどうにもできないのよ。これ以上この子を困らせないで。
みちる様、荷物を置いてきましたよ。
あ、わかった、ありがとう。今すぐ行くからね。
Did I fuck up?
ってことで、
ユージくん、寂しくなったら私が相手してあげるから大丈夫よ。
With a wink, the girl turns on her heel and enters the dorm. I'm left behind by myself, unspoken words and unexpressed emotions stewing around inside of me with no outlet. Michiru once struggled to tell me how it felt to wake up and find everything wrapped up neatly without her knowledge. I think I can sort of understand now. I was concerned about Michiru in my way, but before I had the chance to take action, everything's been settled. A solution methodically arranged along rigid lines. Like a carefully built tower of cards I'm not even allowed to touch. Well, I think the girl was right about one thing. Might as well run. Have to keep up the routine. Maintain your pace. Play within the established rules. Swim with the current. That's the only way to make any progress. But right now, Michiru's refusing to accept the most fundamental rules of the world. I'm gonna need to take action of some sort. But before that, I'll run. Sometimes you think better when you're moving. Normally I'd change clothes first, but today I set off in my school uniform. I've got to regain my calm. First, I pull myself together, then I deal with the problem at hand. Okay. Oh, man. Everything is freaking stiff and hurting. Alright, so yeah, she actually did it. Her other self is now in control, and she won't let her slip away. Michiru's not coming back, I guess. At least not willingly. How we're gonna bring her back? I don't know. Our classmates welcomed Michiru's return to the dormitory happily. Even more than the all clear from her medical examination, they were encouraged by the dramatic improvement in her mood. The girl's been moving through her normal daily routine as the usual Michiru. Nobody seems to have caught on to the fundamental change that's taken place deep inside her. But as the true Michiru's absence stretches into days, some of her friends seem to be vaguely beginning to sense her subtle transformation. I'm in danger?
ねえねえお兄ちゃん、ちょっと聞きたいことがあるのよさ。
Go ahead. I'll answer if I can.
チルチルのことなんだけど、ちょっと変じゃない？
Oh. How do you mean?
うまく言えないんだけど、なんだか変。前から変は変だけど、違う変？ああ、よくわからないのよさ。
I see. Something seems strange about her to you?
思うね。お兄ちゃんは何も感じないの？
Tricky question. Well, I don't think it's anything you need to worry about.
そんなこと言われても気になるのよ。ああ、考えすぎて頭がクラクラしてきた。みそおちがワクワクしてくる前に一休みするのよさ。
You do that I don't have the slightest idea what a wumbling solar plexus might indicate. Probably just mashing together words she picked up somewhere at random again. In any case, it's clear that Makina is starting to notice the change in her friend. The last time I had a face-to-face conversation with Michiru was the morning I welcomed her home from the hospital with Sachi. After her return to the dorm, the girl's been beating a quick retreat every time it seems like we might end up alone together. Put it simply, she's blatantly avoiding me. But that's only strengthened my determination to force her into a long talk. I need to know what the true Michiru was thinking when she decided to disappear from this world. I'm passing by Michiru's room when I hear the sound of someone clattering around inside. Barging in right now would almost be like cornering her for an interrogation. I hesitate for a moment, but the chance is just too good to pass up. I knock sharply on the door, then enter the room without waiting for a response. Michiru, we need to have a serious... What? It's you? Why so shocked?
急に入ってきたら驚きます。一応お知らせしておきますが、私だって驚いたりするんですよ。それより風見さんこそどうしたんですか？みちる様の部屋に何かご用ですか？
Yeah, just a minor errand. So, what are you doing in here?
何ってお掃除に決まってるじゃないですか。みちる様に頼まれたんです。部屋中ピカピカですよ。あとはこの箱だけです。
Not the box. With these words, Sachi produces the small, sturdy box from the other day. I reflexively reach out as if to take it from her hands, but realize halfway through just how strange that would seem. My outstretched arm, losing its purpose, surrenders to gravity and listlessly drops back to my side.
どうかなさいましたか？
No, not really, but... Are you really determined to look inside that thing?
え？どうしてですか？だって空っぽなんですよね。開けてお掃除するぐらいいいじゃないですか。
Empty? Ah, yeah, guess I did say that.
はい、おっしゃいました。鍵も風見さんが開けてくださったことですし、中のお掃除を。
Unlocked? What? A glance confirms that the box is indeed unsecured. I'm sure I locked it after nosing around inside the other day. Why would it be... I instinctively reach out again in reaction to the strange sight, but this time my timing is bad. I bump Sachi's arm just as she's shifting the box in her hands, and the jolt sends the small chest tumbling to the floor below.
ごめんなさい、私。
No, I'm sorry. That was my fault.
よかった、壊れなくて。あ、箱の中身。風見さんの言った通り、空っぽですね。
She took everything out. Yeah, that it is. Quite empty. Just as I said, there's nothing inside. It's just an empty wooden box. Sachi wipes the dust from its interior with a small cloth, then returns it to the closet.
さあ、これで終わりです。
Tell me, Sachi, was this box empty from the start?
最初からですよ。と言っても、さっき落とした時に初めて中を見たんですけど。
I see. In that case, never mind.
では、次にマキちゃんのお部屋をお掃除するのですが。
Go ahead. Don't worry, I'm sure Michiru won't mind me being here.
はあ、そうですね。それでは失礼しますね。
She's hiding it now. I sit down on the bed and lightly roll my shoulders. There were definitely notebooks and pictures in that box. Their disappearance has to mean that the current Michiru disposed of them after her return. Honestly, guess it's about time I did something here.
びっくりした。
That's my line. What happened to the contents of that box? Those aren't the sort of things you can just throw away without permission, woman.
待って。待ってよ。勝手に捨てたわけじゃないよ。っていうか、君は勝手に部屋に入ってきてるけど、それはいいの？
Not really. You see, this is Michiru's room, not yours.
そっか。なるほどね。
With those words, Michiru throws herself down on the bed next to me. Seemingly indifferent to the concept of personal space, she settles in extremely close.
あのね、君は私を悪者にしたいみたいだけど、そんなことないのよ。
The girl peers into my face as she speaks, her expression serious. I didn't say you're to blame.
でもそういう目で見てるでしょ。結構傷ついちゃうよ、そういうの。だってさ、私だって好きでこの体にやってきたわけじゃないのよ。それは分かってる？
Yes, I know that much.
君は何でも分かっててすごいね。でもね、君にも分からないことはたくさんあるんだよ。
I don't have a clue what happens when you die. Apparently live on through your heart in another person.
たった一人の女の子の本当の気持ちだって分かってないじゃない。そんなの何も分からないのと一緒だよ。
She has a point. What exactly happened to Michiru? I have my theories, but I don't know anything for a fact. You're right. I'm sorry. Please tell me what's going on.
急に素直に謝られても困るな。分かった。じゃあ教えてあげるわ。
With a deep sigh of resignation, Michiru resumes the conversation on a markedly different note.
病院で彼女はもう二度とここに戻ってこないと私に言ったの。私はそれに反対した。だってこの体は彼女のものだもの。でも決意は変わらなかった。
Never coming back again? I want it all to end. This world is just too sad. Why do people die? Why do we have to leave each other? Nobody can give me a good answer. I'm the most worthless person in this world. So why do I have to force myself to go on living this pathetic, miserable little life? It wouldn't be so bad if I was just inferior to everyone else, but I'm not even the best me inside of me. It's really painful, really sad. What's the point of my existence? Nobody's telling me. Why do the friends who treat me kindly all go away? Why do I have to say goodbye to the people I love? Everybody else is just turning a blind eye to the fact that it all ends. They're telling themselves comfortable lies. That's how they get through the day. I don't want to be in a world like that. It's scary. Really, really scary.
でも本当にそれでいいの？これは君の体で君の人生なんだよ。分かってる。でもこれ以上続けていく自信がない。だから
あなたにこれからの私を任せたい。あなたならうまくできるでしょう。
Oh my god, Michiru. Focus right now.
ごめんね。私がもっと君のことをちゃんとフォローできればこんなことにはならなかったのに。あなたのせいじゃない。全部私が悪いの。私がバカでダメで生きている意味がないから。分かった。おやすみなさい。ゆっくり寝てて。もし君の気が変わったら教えて。いつでもいいから。いいの。これで終わりにするの。あの子はもう戻ってこないつもりみたい。
I see. If that's Michiru's decision, maybe that's the way it'll have to be. But tell me, what are your thoughts on the matter?
私はあの子が今後もこの体で生きるべきだと思う。だって人生ってそういうものでしょ。
One moment, I gotta answer the door. Sorry. And I'm back.
自分で自分を選ぶことなんて誰だってできない。だからあの子もこの体を受け入れなくちゃ。
Then again, if Michiru never comes back, you'll be able to live freely, right? As your own person, not someone's stand-in. You'll be able to do what you want to do when you want to do it. Pretty decent deal, don't you think? Don't you want another shot at life?
それは
The girl bites a fingernail and she ponders the question. Probably isn't even aware she's doing it.
それはそうだけど。でも、これは私の体じゃない。
Overcoming her moment of hesitation, the girl delivers her answer in a resolute tone. In other words, you want to respect Michiru's wishes first and foremost?
うん、そうだね。
No matter what that may mean for you, or for that body?
それってどういうこと？
Just answer the question. You really believe that what Michiru wants should take precedence, correct?
うん。
Alright then. Slap my hands together smartly. Now we can get started. Wounds of the heart aren't the kind of injury someone else can patch up for you in an afternoon. Only the person suffering can ever really understand how deep their wounds are. Which means, at the end of the day, they've got to be the one that figures out how to heal them. In other words, I'm not going to tell Michiru to live or come out of there just because I say so. I need to know her real feelings first. And I need your cooperation to make that possible.
うん。わかった。
When deployed to a battlefield far from their homeland, spending weeks in the field listening to bombs fall day and night, the majority of people can't stay in a normal state of mind. Some lose control over their bladders. Some obsessively count the amount of bullets they've used over and over again. Some start ranting and thrashing around in the middle of the night. All of those, in their way, are probably the self-defense mechanisms of human beings eager to retreat into their own minds and escape from a hellish reality. Hey, Brosard, when did you usually get so understanding? The fuck if I know? I don't know how much of this you've been able to catch, but the long and short of it is Michiru went to the hospital and decided just before she was gonna leave, hey, other me, you're in control now. I'm not gonna come back out. Have fun with my life. You just arrived? Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. Michiru went to the hospital and she decided she was going to let herself just sink away into the depths of her own mind and have the other one be in control full time. Because she can't take it anymore. Also, how you doing, Brosard? But I am familiar with a way to hold a conversation with people like that, no matter how far gone they seem. Which one is the other one? It's Michiru's other personality, the one that covers for her when she gets too stressed out over something, like when her emotions ramp up. The one that makes everything better in her mind. The personality she got, the other self she got from her heart transplant. Which is the other person, you know, the other person's heart, somehow their entire consciousness transferred with it. Doing alright, still tired from being up late listening to new music? Yeah, so Michiru figures you're better at being me, so just be me. I'm just gonna disappear now. Maybe familiar isn't the right word. I've experienced it. Personally. It's not exactly a pleasant memory for me, so I can't say I'm eager to do the same thing to someone else. But right now, I don't have any other choice. The most important thing is to hear what Michiru herself has to say. There's no time for hesitation. I quickly set about making my preparations.
カーテンと電気スタンド。
Studying the objects I brought back to the room with me, Michiru blinks in confusion. The curtain is a thick, opaque one I borrowed from the AV room. And the lamp is perfectly normal, although I fiddled the wiring to attach a makeshift modulator. That's right. We're gonna be using these to get a hold of Michiru.
なるほど。催眠療法か。君ってそんなところの知識も持ってたんだね。まあ、理由は聞かないけど。
Probably for the best. It's not exactly the sort of story that's going to get you dancing with joy. Cutting off this line of conversation, I retrieve a container of Ramune candy from my pocket. It's the same one I found in Michiru's room.
それは
The medicine she was taking to keep you in check. Your willpower, this medicine, and a little hypnosis are gonna drag her out of her hiding place.
つまり、私はその薬を飲んで、催眠術師のパートナーに選ばれた女優の真似事をすればいいってわけね。
That's right. Once you take the medicine, all you have to do is lie down on the bed.
わかった。
Once I've explained the basic idea, Michiru swallows the medicine I offer her, then obediently lies face up on the bed. It's gonna be fine. Let the tension out of your shoulders and relax. Just stare up at the ceiling and let your mind go blank. Pulling the curtain across the window, I plunge the room into complete darkness. Then flip on the lamp, guided by the faint glow of fluorescent paint on its switch. An orange-tinted light flashes brightly from the bulb, then fades away just as quickly. Next, I move my hand to the modulator and turn its knobs experimentally. The first alters the light's color, the second changes the speed at which it blinks. Seems to be working as intended. Taking Michiru's pulse from her wrist while peering down at her pupils, I continue fiddling with the flashing light for a good 20 minutes. About time, I think. Normally, adjusting this sort of device involves the use of expensive electronic equipment and careful monitoring of the subject's brainwaves and pupillary reflexes. But I'm not out to brainwash Michiru or cure some condition. All I need to do is place a simple hypnotic suggestion in her mind. Although it requires a certain level of trust with the patient, even a makeshift device like this can serve that purpose. Yep. Exhaling deeply, I rise to my feet and look down at Michiru. I've stopped flashing the light. In its steady, dim glow, I can make out Michiru's face below me. Her expression seems very peaceful. Michiru. Michiru. Can you hear me? Michiru. Slowly, Michiru's lips begin to move. Why'd you disappear without a word like that? I've been worried. You don't have have to apologize. I'm on your side no matter what, okay? So tell me, what do you want to do? Whatever it is, I'll make it happen. But I need to know what you really want. Michiru? Answer me! Just as I begin to lose control of my tone, I can see something change in her eyes. Somewhere deep inside her, that Michiru is rising toward the surface.
もう生きていたくない。悲しいことはもういいや。死んでしまいたい。
Jesus fucking Christ. Saying that and nothing more, Michiru's eyes fall shut. She goes limp on the bed, apparently unconscious. I see. In that case, that's how it'll be. Have to respect your wishes, after all. I gently wipe the sweat from the girl's forehead with my hand. That took a turn! I'll kill you, Michiru. That took it way too much of a turn. What was that? Somebody's trying to open the door, but I've already decided I'm never coming out of here again. It's pointless. They should just give up. I'm finished. Michiru. I can hear a voice. A voice that brings back a lot of memories. A voice I'll never hear again. Can you hear me? Michiru? How is his voice reaching me here, so deep in the dark? I'm sure I locked the door firmly behind me, but somehow it's slipping in through the cracks, trying to reach my heart. I wish he'd cut it out. I already decided to end the pain. I already decided I don't want to be sad anymore. And yet, I answer him. Did I choose to reply? Or was that her? I've been worried. Those are definitely my words, my feelings, ones I'd left unspoken. What do you want to do? He's asking what I want? Whatever it is, I'll make it happen. There's only one answer. You need to know what you really want. I don't want to lose anything else. I don't want to lose anyone else. Michiru, answer me. But that's an impossible wish, so...
もう生きていたくない。悲しいことはもう嫌。
Even more than that, I don't want to be separated from Yuji. I can see his face above me. Very, very close. I'll never see him like this again. I'll never be able to touch him again. But there's nothing I can do about that now. As my consciousness fades slowly away, I hear him speak to me. I'll kill you, Michiru. I see. Being killed by the person I love, huh? Yeah. That might just be the happiest possible ending. God. Once again, I sink down through the deep darkness. As I settle into my home at the bottom of the sea, I hazily wonder what'll happen next. I'm pretty much dead already. What's gonna change if Yuji kills me? Will even this small flicker of consciousness disappear into nothing? Or maybe I'll just fall a little deeper, into an even darker and more silent world. Can't even imagine what an afterlife might be like. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't scared. And lonely, of course. But what else can I do? That girl's better than me. She always will be. So this is the way it has to be. The hell? So bright. Something's happening, but I can't tell what. Once again, I'm forcibly dragged up out of the darkness. A brilliant light pierces deeply through my eyelids, bringing with it a sharp jolt of pain. Did Yuji kill me?
This isn't a beach, this is a bathtub.
For God's sakes. Who? Bros. Of course, bros. This might explain the sudden dramatic change. Maybe this is the afterlife? Why does it sound like someone's moving around a cart? I don't know about that, though. My eyes really hurt. Isn't everything all peaceful after you die? Or maybe he's still... Feels like my body's being carried along inside something. I can feel the vibration of wheels turning over the floor below. Had to cut the tension. Here lies Michiru, died in a bathtub. Last words. This isn't a beach, this is a bathtub. Maybe like a hospital bed on wheels? Maybe. I'm not 100% sure what they're being wheeled in. It's not a car. Nothing with an engine. This is something much more primitive. That's right. It's like the times they carted me through the hospital hallways. But somehow, this feels a lot stuffier. I wonder why this cart is so different. Yo, what the fuck? Okay. What is this? What's going on? I decided never to come back to this world, but for some reason I'm still alive. And yet, I can't open my eyes. Not because it's too bright or anything like that. I literally can't get my eyelids to budge. Is she just fucking actually dead? A moment later, I realize there's an even larger problem. It's not just my eyes. I can't move my arms or legs either. I can't even speak. It's probably a little hard to believe, but I can hear Yuji speaking. I'm definitely alive. This isn't the afterlife. It happened very suddenly. And from the muffled sound of his voice, I can tell that I'm probably inside some kind of a box. Michiru's dead. I told you guys she was suffering from anemia, but that was a lie. Her hospitalization was for a much more serious disease. The exam results really did look favorable. The last night her condition took an abrupt turn for the worse. It's a real shame. There was nothing they could do. I died? I mean, yeah, that was the plan. I was gonna die and let the other me take over. But something's wrong here. I'm lying inside a box, being treated like someone who's really dead. A box with a dead person inside. Guess I'm lying in a coffin then. Does that mean there's a glass window up at the top? I hope not. I don't want to know what my face looks like right now. It really makes me regret not spending a little more time taking care of my skin. Fake death to scare her out of it? That'd be really fucked up. I'd also want to know how her entire body is paralyzed then. Unless the other one is in control of the body? But is letting Michiru just, you know, be able to feel the sensation. Like, hear everything. But she's keeping the body totally stiff. Paralytic agent, duh. I mean, this fucking guy was able to figure out hypnosis, so I wouldn't be surprised if he had something.
そんなの嘘でしょ？だってあんなに元気にしてたじゃない。
It's the truth. Normally, this wouldn't have been disclosed to you guys either, but I wanted to give you the chance to get some closure. Amane's voice is thick with tears. The news of my death seems to have shocked her pretty badly.
風見さん、
Yes, Sachi?
私たちにも内密にとはどういうことでしょうか。理解しにくいのですが。
I think you all have some idea what I'm talking about. Every one of us is here for private reasons, involving messy, complicated circumstances. Given that, it shouldn't be that surprising for a death to be handled as quietly as possible.
なるほど。そうかもしれませんね。
Sachi's voice is trembling too. Why is this happening? Why is Yuji doing this?
チルチルが死んじゃったなんて嘘なのよさ。お兄ちゃんは 面白くない冗談を言っている。
She owed me $100. I mean, she's dead. Take it out of her wallet. It's just lying on her bed.
やめなさいマキナ。
だってこんなの嘘なのよ。信じられないのよ。
私だって意味わかんないわよ。急にそんなこと。
Everyone's getting upset. This isn't what I wanted to happen. I vanish, the other me takes over, and everyone lives happily ever after. That's what I imagined.
やだよ。チルチル。
マキナ、やめなさい。そんなことしたって仕方ないでしょ。
だってこんなのずるいのよ。勝手になんておかしいのよ。
私だって納得できないわよ。でも騒いでも意味なんてない。
Even this is fake. This is sad.
ごめんね、大きな声出して。でも
Amane, grab hold of Machina so she doesn't thrash around. All right? Even when I consciously try to move, I can't budge. Forget twitching a finger, I can't even blink. I wonder what's happened to my body. I didn't want to make anyone cry. I didn't want to hurt anyone. Now Machina's bawling?
松島さん。
Yumiko doesn't sound like she's been crying. That's good. It'd be too much to take if they all started weeping over me. I can't see my classmates' faces. I'm walled off from their world, all by myself inside this box. I can only guess from their voices what's occurring around me. I'd always thought I was alone. But I guess I didn't know what real solitude was until now. I can't speak. I can't see their faces. I can't move a muscle. Maybe I wasn't that cut off from the world after all. My voice was weak and my jokes were crappy, but at least I had friends who'd laugh with me. I'm going to take Michiru's body for cremation immediately after this. Anyone who has something to say to her, write a letter and put it inside. I'm sure she'll read them in heaven. Seems like Yuji really does plan to kill me. In that case, before the end, I want to talk to him again. I want to see everyone's faces one more time before I go. But I can't make that request now. I can't even tilt my head slightly no matter how I try. My body just won't listen. It's like every muscle and nerve in my body has gone on strike at once. I can't do anything but lie still on my back. I don't know if it's related, but my thoughts are moving very sluggishly as well. As though someone spun a network of thick spiderwebs inside my mind. Every thought has to slowly push its way through those clinging strands. My voice was weak, and my jokes were crappy. The Rosart story.
まだ信じられない。っていうか、ずっと信じたくない。
Hmm? Aren't you gonna write anything, Sakaki?
私は書かない。
Why? You don't have anything to tell her?
だって現実感がない。昨日まで一緒に話してたのに急にそんなこと言われても私困る。 何を書いていいのかわからないし。
I see. Still, that doesn't change the fact that this is your last chance. Don't leave yourself any regrets.
わかってる。でもいい。
Well, that's your decision to make. I won't say any more.
かけた。中に入れるのよ。
Machina reaches inside the box and places her letter next to my face, then reaches over to stroke my cheek. Her hands, so small. I never expected such a tender gesture from Machina, who has always been like a rambunctious little sister. It kinda startles me.
私も書いた。
That's Amane's voice. I hear the side of the box creaking slightly as she leaves her letter next to me. Was her chest leaning against the edge of the coffin? Kinda wish I'd been a little more like her in that department. Really? Even when you think you're dead, you're having breast envy? Whatever.
私うまく書けなかったです。みちる様との最後と言われても全然そんな気がしないんです。また帰ってくるような気がして。
Yeah, just
気持ちはわかるけど、だから少し短いですが。
For a moment, I catch a whiff of Sachi's scent. You sure you're alright with this, Sakaki? Understood. Alright then. This is goodbye. Jesus fucking Christ. And with that, I died. Enveloped in shuddering darkness, and carted off somewhere. Probably a crematorium, if Yuji was telling the truth. Guess I'm gonna be a pile of ashes in a little while. That's kind of a shame. I won't get to read the letters everyone went out of the way to write for me. And I really did want to see their faces before the end. I really wanted to see Yuji's face. When I was the one saying goodbye, I was able to prepare myself emotionally. But now the shoe's on the other foot, and I'm kind of at a loss. And then there's that girl. I feel bad about doing this to her. I could have just given her my body. I wonder what she's doing right now. Jesus Christ. Yumiko seems to have grabbed hold of the box and begun to shake it fiercely. I hear her nails scratching against the wooden lid. Don't interfere, Sakaki. Get off. Appreciate it. Oh my god.
大丈夫ですよ。みんな同じ気持ちですから。大丈夫です。大丈夫じゃない。大丈夫なことなんて何もない。なんでみんな言ってしまうの？
I've never heard Yumiko this upset before. It's even more surprising when she has fears so similar to my own. the rumbling of the wheels takes on a different tenor. We've left the building. Let me tell you something, Michiru. Death isn't the end. First of all, the people you've left behind have to try and say goodbye. The idea that you can just vanish into thin air is a load of self-centered crap. Goodbye, Michiru! You were never popular to begin with anyway! Oh, God. That's a low blow. I understand that you wanted to disappear. But before you die, I expect you to go through a proper procedure. You can't wrap your life up neatly all by yourself. That's naive, irresponsible thinking. I guess Yuji's aware that I'm conscious. But no matter how hard I try to move my mouth, I can't answer him. Jesus Christ. It seems to be growing gradually more difficult to breathe. Am I gonna suffocate inside this box before I get burned to death? A thought flows idly through my head like a soap bubble. Wonder if Yuji has a license. A moment later, it pops and vanishes. Since I found myself in this box, I've been thinking about a whole lot of really pointless things. Things I wouldn't even have thought of about before I fill my head to the brim. This must be what it's like to be paralyzed. My body's asleep, but my mind's awake. I'm immobile, as if bound hand and foot, although there's no rope wrapped around me. It's actually taking her to a crematorium. Oh. I'll bury you in your favorite place. My body jerks up inside the cramped coffin, helpless to resist the shocks of transport. Maybe this is what it feels like to be a chocolate sitting in a box of candy? You were always talking about it, weren't you? And that'll be your official place of death. All that about the cremation was a lie. This was the plan from the start. Incidentally, your body can't move because of a hypnotic suggestion I gave you. Not to worry, though. It won't last much longer. This motherfucker! Oh my god! He's gonna bury her alive! Another thud echoes through the coffin. The sounds of the outside world grow fainter. I don't really have any regrets, but I wish I could have seen Yuji's face at the end. She can thank him later. Jesus Christ, Nick! And I wish I knew what my face looked like when he saw it for the last time. You read a spoiler about this months ago? Please don't ruin it for me. I have a feeling I know what's going to happen, but Jesus Christ. This is extreme. This is World Shed 4. Have yourself a knife, sleep in there. Me. Holy fuck, he actually buried her alive in a coffin. My body can't move. I can't speak. I can't see a thing. The inside of my head throbs painfully. Did I get bumped against the box at some point on the way here? An unexpected wave of powerful exhaustion rolls over me. I can't even think about whether to resist before I'm dragged down into sleep. Or so I think. I mean, the darkness is just as thick whenever my eyes are open or shut. I don't have any way to track the passage of time. Did I sleep for a while? Maybe I just closed my eyes for a moment. There's no way I can tell in here. I can hear the sound of my own breathing from multiple angles at once. It's echoing off the walls of the box. I make up my mind and try to speak. My voice works. Does that mean my body can move as well? As an experiment, I try to lift my arm. It was a small movement, but my elbow bangs against the wooden wall right away. I can move, but it looks like I'm gonna have to do so pretty carefully. Alone inside my box, I laugh at myself. Carefully? What's the point of that now? All I need to do is lie still anyway. I mean, I'm just gonna die in here, no matter what I do. I call his name, but the sound only makes it a few inches from my face before striking solid wood and rebounding back. In this terrifyingly cramped space, the four walls themselves seem almost like living things, consciously observing me. My bangs cling to my forehead, damp with sweat. I reach up to fix them, banging my elbow against the wall once again. After carefully twisting my body around, I finally manage to brush the hair back into place. Nobody can see me, not even me, so why did I even bother? My back's sticky with perspiration. It's clammy and gross, really uncomfortable. As my dulled nerves slowly rouse themselves, I begin to notice a number of dull aches spread around my body. But it's not just pain that's starting to tug on my senses. There's also hunger. I silently mouth the words, "I'm starving," to no one in particular. Maybe I'll die of hunger before my oxygen runs out. I wonder just how painful death by starvation is comparatively. I think I saw some tasteless list about the most painful ways to commit suicide somewhere. But right now, I can't remember the details. Too bad Yuji isn't here. I'm sure he'd give me a thorough rundown. Probably a little too thorough. The sweat trickling down my forehead is starting to get into my eyes. It stings. When I lick my lips, it leaves a salty taste on my tongue. What am I doing in here again? My thoughts are all tangled up like an old-fashioned telephone cord. I'm thirsty. Of course, I don't have any drinking water. I try forcing myself to swallow some saliva, but it doesn't do much good. So is her fucking phone on her? Startled by the sudden ringing sound, I end up smacking my arm hard against the side wall. I can feel my heart pounding furiously away. The vibrations seem to be coming from everywhere and nowhere. The air resonates with shrill electronic chirping. After hunting clumsily around for some time, I finally discover a cell phone ringing right next to my ear. Sounds like you're still alive. The instant I hear his voice, I feel tears running down my face. What is this emotion? It's not relief exactly. can't quite pin it down.
ユージ
This is your final choice. That phone can only be used to contact me. Just press 1 on speed dial. You won't be able to get through to anyone else, and the other functions are disabled as well. It won't even display the time. If you decide you want to live, call me. That's all.
You...
Even though I forced myself into a painfully contorted position to answer the phone, he's already hung up on me. Didn't even listen to a word I had to say. I mean, that's just the way the guy is, yeah. Still, even at a time like this, the thought makes me smile a little. Oh my god, can they stop the beeping? But at least I got to hear Yuji's voice at the end. Maybe it's better this way. I hugged the phone close as though cradling a precious treasure, and then closed my eyes. Huh? Guess I fell asleep again. I instinctively flip open the phone in my hand, but just like Yuji said, the time isn't displayed. I can't even guess how long I was sleeping. I've gotten so used to the darkness by now that the phone's LCD display seems blindingly bright. When I turn my face to the side to escape the dazzling light, I notice the letters everyone wrote lying next to me.
そうか。これで照らせば読める。
Jesus. The backlight for illumination. I can make out the characters clearly enough. I squirm my body around for some time to get into position, then open the first envelope and take out the letter inside.
これはマキナからか。
チルチルへ。なぜ私に黙って死んだりしてしまったんですか？これは本当に困るので、もう今度からは絶対やめてください。チルチルとしたかった遊びがまだたくさんあったのに。
I know, right? Just, wow, how dare you die without my permission?
すごく面白いのに、それを知らずに死んでしまうなんてもったいないです。内緒にしてたけど、チルチルと一緒に見たかった景色だってあります。
Oh.
すごく綺麗なのに、それを知らないままなんてダメです。まだたくさんのことが残っている。この場所を置いていってしまうなんて、それはいけないことです。今までありがとう。でもやっぱりこんなのはおかしい。マキナ。
Letter itself is a little weird. You can definitely tell she was flustered when she wrote it. The next envelope I pull from the little pile is Amane's. Okay, Bane. Oh my god. Yeah, Machina is suddenly Bane. Once you play my little game, then you have my permission to die. God. Ugh. Fucking Bane. When these board games are in ashes, you have my permission to die.
ミチルへ。こうしてミチルにお手紙を書くのも最初で最後になるんですね。まだ気持ちの整理はつかないけれど、心残りになると嫌なので書きます。
I'm gonna burn Monopoly.
みちるがツンデレじゃないってことは分かっていました。だからいつも無理していないか心配していました。大丈夫かなって思ってました。みちるは自分よりも他人を第一に考えるようなところがあったよね。
Tear down capitalism? Oh my god.
気づいていないと思ってるだろうけど、ちゃんとみんな分かってたよ。今はもう無理はしていませんか？天国に行ったみちるが無理をせずに自分のしたい通り自由な姿でいられればいいなって思っています。私は今のこの状況を受け入れることが難しいです。以前入院でみちるがここからいなくなった時、りょうは寂しい雰囲気になりました。私も普通でいようとしたけれど、心にぽっかりと穴が開いたようで、この穴を塞ぐのにどれぐらいの時間がかかるのかわからないけど、ずっとこのままなのかも。みちるのことは絶対に忘れません。ご苦労様でした。みちるはみんなの大事な友達であり、
Hey, boomer.
私にとってもかけがえのない存在です。今までもそうだったし、それはこれからもずっと変わりません。こんなことは恥ずかしくて面と向かって言えなかったけど、ちゃんとみちるのことを大切に思っていました。安らかに眠ってください。あまね。
Ah, jeez. After all the effort I put into my tsundere, they saw through me, huh? It's kind of awkward reading these letters. Everybody sounds so different. They're raw words, coming from deep inside. Feelings that normally would have stayed hidden forever, scrawled out nakedly across the page. I heard something. Machina's Bane, Amane is Boomer. God, who is next? There's only one letter left now. Sachi's.
みちる様へ。私はみちる様とまた会えると思っています。だから別れの言葉は書きません。みちる様のことを私は待っています。榊さんも待っています。あまねさんもまきちゃんも待っています。もちろん風見さんだってそのはずです。みんながみちる様のことを待っているんです。ではまたお会いする日まで。サチ。
As I read these simple words, I remember Yumiko breaking down in tears. It seemed completely out of character for her to get that upset. I always felt like she was keeping her distance from me. So why did she cry like that?
あれ、震えてる。
I realized that my hand is beginning to quake slightly. Even though I'm not exactly cold, my teeth are starting to chatter, and I can't make them stop. The letter wasn't that carefully worded or anything. None of them were. They scratched them down in just a few short minutes, after all. For some reason, the normality of their words makes me feel like my heart's being squeezed in my chest. I won't be able to laugh with them ever again, or exchange hellos in the morning, or even have one of our stupid conversations. It all felt so normal before, but now it's gone forever. It's almost like I've only just realized that. The more I think about it, the harder it is to control my trembling hands. At first, it was little more than mild fidgeting, but right now, I'm shaking so hard it's almost like a convulsion. My own body feels strange and alien to me. Powerless to stop the trembling, I just observe it dumbly. Even after a few minutes, there's no sign the shivering movements are likely to stop anytime soon. I decided to try thinking about something else.
ユージ。
I wonder where Yuji is right now. What he's thinking about. He called me on the phone, so maybe he wants to see me again. Maybe he wants to talk to me again. I want to see him again. I really do. But
私は。
in that instant, the light of the LCD screen vanishes as the cell phone abruptly shuts itself off.
待って。
I press the on button over and over, but the screen only lights up for a few seconds at a time before turning off again. And after a while, even that stops. The phone goes entirely dead.
ユージに連絡取れなくなっちゃった。
The one thin thread of salvation dangling down from above has just been completely severed right before my eyes. Now I really am all alone, deep inside the dark, heavy earth. All of a sudden, my fuzzy thoughts snap into sharp-edged focus. I'd been floating along as if in a dream, but this all feels terribly real now. A distinct, vivid terror of death overwhelms me.
暗くて怖い。狭くて。一人で怖い。怖い。いや。怖いよ。嫌だよ。ユージ。ユージ。
My hysterical voice echoes wetly, pointlessly around the coffin. Some part of me didn't really understand what dying meant. But after reading everyone's letters and losing my only way to contact Yuji, it's suddenly all too real, all too clear, all too terrifying. The fears grabbed a hold of my ankles and won't let go. I can't get out of here. I really can't. I'll never see the light again. I feel like I'm about to go crazy. Oh my god. I feel around the interior of the box with clumsy, panicked hands, searching for some sort of exit. But of course, there's no such thing. There are places in the lid where the material feels slightly different, and nothing happens when I strike them. In the first place, I can't position myself properly in this cramped little box. The hard planks rub against me with every movement. I can feel the rough pain of torn skin, a trickle of blood oozing out of my wounds.
どうしたの？
Jesus Christ.
君はもうこの世界を終わらせたいって言ってたじゃない。それなのにどうして今になって怖がっているの？もうここまで来たら後悔しても遅いんじゃない？
Face exactly like my own floats in the darkness before my eyes. Am I just hallucinating? Or has the other me somehow taken on form?
取り乱しても仕方ないじゃない。慌てても意味ないよ。だけど、だって私このままだと死んじゃう。
But that's what you wanted, wasn't it? Hopefully this ends soonish, because I gotta leave for work in an hour.
そうね。それが目的だったんでしょ？最初はあなたが消えて、
私が代わりに生きるはずだった。でもそれがうまくいかないと分かった時、あなたは本心を彼に伝えた。逃げたい、死んでしまいたいって。だけど間違ってる気がしてきて、このまま勝手に死ぬなんていけない気がしてきたの。それがわがままだって分かってる。もうお願い、ここから私を出して。ごめんなさい。そうしたいけど今の私は何もすることができない。私はただ君と一緒にいるだけ。行動するのは君。そうだよね。私がやらなきゃいけないんだよね。
The other me stares into my eyes, her face steady and calm, not even blinking.
君は本当に誰からも愛されていなかった。君は本当に誰からも必要とされていなかった。よく考えて。私は生きていたかったのに、不意にそれが終わってしまった。君はこんなに周りから愛されているのに、なぜ命を粗末にするの？ずっと失い続けてきたから。これからもそうなるのが怖くて。君をどうにかできるのは君だけだから。それが無理ならこのままずっと暗い闇の中にいなさい。私だって心残りぐらいある。でも我慢してる。そうするしかないと思ってる。誰かに期待されたいのなら、誰かに消えてほしくないと思うのなら、まず君が自分自身に期待しなさい。
This is really fucked up, guys.
自分を大切にしなさい。誰かのためじゃなくて自分のため
This
に。
better not have been him burying her alive, just to scare her into living, because that's fucked up. Live for my own sake? Never even tried. I'm always working for someone else's sake, and always failing, always falling short of their expectations. Oof, that sucks. Always a defective human being. In that instant, the phone begins to ring. Even though the battery was definitely dead, the shrill electronic warbling bounces around the inside of the box. I grope around and grab hold of it. The screen and incoming light are still dark, but the sound of the call continues as loudly as before. When I mash my thumb into the general area of the answer button, the ringing stops. I slowly bring the phone to my ear.
もしもし。もしもし。誰？どうして一人だなんて思うの？ちゃんとあなたのこと友達だって思って大切にしてる人がいるよ。それなのにどうして一人でどこかに行こうとするの？あなたは置いていかれるのがどんなに辛いか分かってないんだ。だから勝手にどこかに行こうとしちゃうんだ。失うことは当たり前だよ。誰かに嫌われることだって特別なことじゃない。私、あなたのこと大好きだよ。だからどこにも行かないで。もしあなたが自分のことを不幸せだと思うなら、これから幸せになろう。ここに戻ってきて
thought about that so much lately. All this time, I've been focused on enduring the pain from the festering, miserable wounds the past left me. Even when I met someone new, I'd find myself thinking about what happened before. Biting my lip when they weren't looking. What's the point? It'll be over someday.
私は幸せになっていいのかな。
I timidly try to stretch out my hand. The door leading to the future is heavy and cold to the touch.
私はどうしたいんだろう。
I want...
私はユージに会いたい。みんなともう一度お話ししたい。それがいつか終わってしまうことだとしても、その場にみんなといたいよ。私だって幸せになりたいよ。
I strain forcefully against the door and it opens before me. Leading me to this place.
みちる、ようやく来てくれたね。
The voice takes my breath away. Even after all this time, I'd never mistake that voice. It's my...
Surprise, motherfucker!
God damn it, Nick! It's my friend. The girl who went to the other side.
迎えに来てくれたんでしょ。一緒に行こうってことだよね。友達だから一緒にいようってことだよね。みちる、好きだよ。ありがとう。ずっと一緒にいようね。
Oh shit!
God damn it. The voice draws nearer, accompanied by something that seems to be formed out of pitch black mist. I draw back a step in fear.
どうして逃げるの？私たち親友だって約束したじゃない。それとも私のこと嫌いになっちゃった？
I don't hate you.
嫌いじゃないよ。うん。大好きだよ。
だったらこれからずっと一緒に過ごそう。ね。一緒にいよう。手出して。
Let's be together forever. Aw, honey, I already met a guy. Is this girl death? Kinda? I think it's the stand-in for death. A violet plume of smoke coils itself tightly around my arm. It's sharply cold against my skin, like fog rising from dry ice.
これからずっと一緒にいられるね。誰にも邪魔されないね。本当に幸せだよ。ごめんってどういうこと？私のこと嫌いになったの？
違う。大好きだよ。今でも大好き。一番大好きなお友達だもん。
だったらどうしてそんなこと言うの？教えて。
それはね。それはあなたが過去の人だからだよ。
過去の人？
あなたはもう死んでしまってこの世界にはいない人だからだよ。私は前を向いて生きなきゃいけない。いつまでも後ろを向いているわけにはいかない。
私を忘れるっていうの？
忘れない。絶対に忘れない。でも嫌なことがあった時にあなたのことを思い出して、あなたがいないからダメなんだって、そういう逃げ道にしたくないの。あなたのことは絶対に忘れない。でもこれ以上一緒にはいられない。
わからないよ。私にはわからない。どうして一緒にいられないのかわからない。ねえ、 みんながミチルを叩いたり悪口を言ったりバカにしたり、そんな世界よりも私と一緒に何の悩みもない世界にずっと一緒にいよう。
Painful memories blur through my mind like a squall. For a moment, I feel as if the surge of emotion will carry me away, but somehow I brace my legs and hold steady. I seem to have picked up a phone at some point. No, I was holding this all along. The battery's dead, and it can't connect to me anymore. But right now, it's the only thing tying me to the other world.
私行く。未来に。
My hand finds the knob of an invisible door.
あなたはこの世界との決別を選んだ。でも私もそうしようとしてたけど、やっぱり違うって思った。私には一緒に笑ってくれる友達がいる。一緒に泣いてくれる友達がいる。私を待っていてくれる人がいる。私を愛してくれる人もいる。私が愛してる人がいる。
And that's why I can't follow you on the road you chose.
ずるいよ。先に行っちゃうなんてずるい。
でもね、私もあなたのことが大好きだよ。でも一緒に死ぬことは友情じゃない。それは友達の証なんかじゃない。本当の友情は今一緒に生きている友達を大切にすることだと思う。今一緒にいる友達のために泣けること、今いる友達と笑えること、それが友情だと思う。そしてあなたは大切な思い出として心の中にしまっておく。さようなら。
I try to leave, but the knob doesn't want to turn. It's so stubborn it feels like it's fused in place. Even so, I keep right on twisting it with all my strength I can muster. That's no good either. So I start simply hitting the door as hard as I can. More blood spills from my hands with every strike, but I keep right on going without so much as a flinch.
でも現実は怖いよ。誰もあなたと最後まで一緒にいてはくれないよ。
でもやっぱり私あの世界とあの人たちが好きだから。
Somehow, I managed to force open the lid of my prison. In the next instant, a mixture of shocking cold air and damp earth streamed down into the box. Goodbye, girl. My name is Kira, bitch. It's as if my body's being pressed down under the palm of a giant. I can't move. I spit out the dirt that's fallen into my mouth and try to open my eyes. I've never seen the sky from under the ground before. What? It makes me feel like the seedling of some bizarre plant. I wanted to gulp down a whole lungful of fresh air, but I can't manage that either. The hole I was buried in doesn't seem to be as deep as I thought, but hunger and exhaustion have left me too weak to push my way free.
みんなと会いたい。ユージと会いたい。
Somehow managing to speak, I struggle to crawl up through the heavy, wet soil. But no matter how much I strain my tired muscles, I can't move.
行きたいよ。死にたくないよ。
Writhing like an insect, I desperately try to get at least my face above ground. My endurance has already run out. Drowsiness, hunger, and loneliness push murderously down on me. This really is it for me. I'm gonna end here, drowned in mud. I couldn't manage to kill myself when I wanted to, and now I'm gonna die when I want to live. Seriously? What an idiot. See? Told you I was stupid. But I have to die. I want to die touching the world. Push my fingers up through the dirt with the last ounce of my strength. From a neutral point of view, it must look like the feeble stringing of some puny little sprout. One that's picked an odd time of year to surface. Deep in the soil, I weakly extend my index finger up toward the sky. I touch the outside air for the first time in who knows how long. It's startlingly wonderfully cool. Only a few centimeters of my finger is in contact with the world, but it's enough. It's enough to tell me that I'm alive. Soft, quiet raindrops wet my fingertip. I've already cried myself dry, so maybe the sky is shedding tears in my place. My eyelids fall like melting wax running down a candle, falling shut so heavily that it feels like they'll never, ever open again. I begin to slowly, peacefully disappear. That was quick. It's only been 11 hours since I buried you. After all that pig-headed whining about wanting to die, this is all you've got? No guts, woman. Jesus fucking Christ. And I'm gonna leave it there for today. Mostly because I don't know how long this... Just because I don't know how much longer this scene will play out, and I don't want to accidentally run late for work. Holy hell, though. That was something. We are going to immediately pick up right from here tomorrow at 10 o'clock, though. So how's that for a cliffhanger? I mean... Nice. Wait, did that count toward my thing? Well, it didn't add to the goal, but I will add it on there. So, you know, I'll throw that up there. Yeah, so I'm gonna fix that then. So that's 5 bits. I'll add 5 bits to that. There's probably some way for me to make the stuff from sound alerts also go to that. But thanks for that, Brozard. Thanks for spending 5 bits to like to be continued. So yeah, I am gonna call that for today. Again, tomorrow at 10, we will pick up right where we left off. Into this nice little happy moment where we pull her out of the coffin we buried her in. That's a sentence I didn't think I would ever have to say. So, thanks everybody for watching, commenting, lurking. I do appreciate it very, very much. I hope you all have yourselves a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.